Hey, great morning to everyone. It's another episode of Walking This Way's Impact Was podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. In the studio with me, she's the founder and CEO of SDH Entertainment, as well as the creator of the successful stage play Crucified. I want to welcome Sheena D Horne with me. And of course, you always welcome here on Walking This Way's Impact Was podcast. I thank you for taking time out your productive schedule to hang out with me, talk about the work that you're doing, the stage play. Of course, you did send me a clip, so I want to share that to the audience as well. So, welcome again to Walking This Way, Impact Was podcast. How everything been since the last time we spoke with each other?
Everything has been wonderful. I can't complain. I was in a really bad car accident that could have ended my life. So I'm thankful to be here and thankful to know that my journey is not fulfilled because I got $1 million stage plays to complete. But I do want to thank you, Furman, for having me on your show yet again. And congratulations to you on all of your success. I see you doing big things. So congratulations to you.
I appreciate you, Sheena, on that. Like I said, just working on, of course, got to constantly stay consistent, of course. Putting in the work, putting in the effort. At the end of the day, we both to face our franchises, right? So
Absolutely.
if nobody else don't show up, what that means, we always have to show up. So I
Absolutely.
appreciate you, and I give you your roses as well. So take us on the background. Last time you was on here, you were preparing to play Crucified, and it came out very
Yeah.
successful. And it was a 2 night event, right?
It
So
was
2 night event.
it was a
So
mhm.
take us on that journey from writing, producing, getting the right people in place. So
Yeah.
let us know from the background how everything was and how everything came to play.
Well, Crucified is an absolutely amazing, amazing production. And it's like when you're writing something, you know it's going to be awesome, but you don't know it's going to be like the amount of feedback that we got back from the show was just so fulfilling. Um, so again, what made me write Crucify was things that I had went through with the passing of my mom. There was a lot of things that had took place, and Crucify basically reflects a show or reflects many families. The families that is what happens in my house stays in my house. Things that get swept under the rug, and the little girl that's over in the corner crying and she don't know how to even express herself and say like what's going on. So it deals with a lot of different dynamics, and it also has that wonderful comedic relief in there, just to balance out everything. The process of Crucify has been absolutely amazing, as I said before. We were featured on WHUR here in Washington D.C., and we'll be featured on there again as well. Once the show was over, Stretch actually from WHUR, he was the MC at our show, and he was like, "Man, you got something good on your hands. Like you can't just let it go." So that's why now we're coming back October 21st of 2023. We also got shows in December and January here in Washington, D.C. We're going to make our presence known, make some loud noise so everyone can see this wonderful, amazing production. I mean, we had some of the feedback that we had, like audience members saying, "Oh, 1 minute I was crying, 1 minute I was laughing, then I started crying again, I started laughing again." So it has been a absolutely awesome, awesome experience, and I'm very thankful to have this gift to be able to, touch people.
Right, and that's what it's all about. And I know you was very excited about the birthday on display, and I know you mentioned some interesting point. What happens in the house stays in the house. We know in our community we have a lot of stuff that transpire, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's being sexual abuse, all types of stuff happening inside the house. And you always had that one individual, hey, don't say what happened in the house. But now through the years, people have been traumatized, still traumatized. We're coming now where we're addressing the elephant in the room that makes sense,
Hmm.
where people are starting to talk about the things they went through, the trauma that they experienced. We know that some form of fashion, I'm gonna say everybody, but some individuals have experienced trauma, whether it was physical, sexually, verbally, and
Hmm.
what it does when we don't get the help that we need, it trickles on to other relationships where it affect our love life, our job performances. And now I'm very thankful that we are becoming more mature now when it comes to talking about these dreams, addressing these things. So I just want to piggyback on what you said about that point. And like I said, before we get further off into the interview, I'm gonna show the clip that you just sent me towards the end, and I just want to get your opinion as I ask you questions about it and what really transpired. So we're gonna show this clip right quick, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're gonna jump right back into our Q&A conversation.
But not least, the lady who had a vision to put this all together. Show your love for the writer, director, and producer, Miss Sheena D Horne, everybody. Everybody, please stand up and show your love once again for Crucified, the stage play. Come on now.
Did y'all enjoy the show tonight? I'm glad. I'm so glad to hear that you all enjoyed the show. Y'all know I wrote this show so that it could be a blessing to help inspire someone who's going through something, who's going through life and don't understand how they're going to make their way out. It's a very, very tough time that I went through, but I'm here. I'm here. And, you know, every situation that you go through is setting you up for greatness, because who would have thought that I would write a hit stage play that's going to be going on tour? Who would have thought? To my amazing cast, I am so thankful for you all. Like I don't know how to put it into words. Thank y'all so much for you know, helping my dreams to come true, and you know, sticking it out with me. We had a little bit of rough times. I know y'all was like, yo, this lady, something wrong with her.
Just take me back on that night. At the end of everything, just take me
Yes.
on your vision when the announcer mentioned that. Just think about what went through your mind when you visualize this play mentally, but then it eventually transpired physically before the world.
Yeah, so that was the second night. That was our last night. I had already felt very fulfilled because the night before my college professors had came, and they are my theater college professors, and they're very highly critical. So I was like, oh, they're about to like go in on me. They about to be saying like, you know, just telling me what was wrong and all this, but and you know, all they just came up and said, we're so proud of you. It was so amazing. And so I was already on a high. So I didn't even care. Anything after that, I didn't care what nobody else said. I'm like, y'all lying, because the two who are really highly critical, who I expect opinions from, if they tell me I did a great job, then I know that the show did a great job. Um, that night, it was a lot of different things going through my head. You know, we had Daggone Near a packed out house. And when I was doing that announcement, it became very emotional because I knew that my sibling was in the audience, you know, and the show kind of reflects our life. Um, so I was wondering, like, you know, just like, oh God, like, what does she think? Is she upset? Is she mad? Is like, how is this about to turn out? Or things like that. So I had a lot of different emotions going through my head, but overall, I was just really excited. Sorry about that. This time on my computer. I was just really excited. Just to have completed the night, and then you know, just to hear the audience laughter throughout the whole show. You can hear people crying, you can hear people laughing, and you know, all of that is just fulfilling within itself. I love live theater. I mean, TV is okay, but live theater, it is nothing like it. You know, I've written a movie, which I plan to move forward with probably next year. But live theater, that's my baby right there. You get the audience reaction instantly, you know. Even just being able to sneak into the theater and look at people's faces and see how, you know, just see what their reaction is. It's always a fulfilling feeling.
And
And I
and I
always feel like I am in my field. I am doing exactly what I was placed here to do, which is change people's lives through stage plays, or help lighten a load, or help a person heal, and just add a little bit of laughter to their life if they got so much going on. It's a night of release. Just come and leave it all in the theater.
And Sheena, that's what it's all about. And I just, when I was watching the clip earlier, and I was just, you came across my mind how it came to pass, it came to fruition. It really birthed itself physically for the
Yeah.
whole world to see. And I know when we was on the show last time, we was in the process of putting everything together, and it came to pass. I'm very proud of you. I give you your roses, and just keep up the great work that you're doing, and just all the titles you're wearing. Writer, director, producer. Take us in your world. What is the mindset of Sheena when she's in her laboratory? When I see a laboratory, you putting these plays together, being a mad scientist, because I know you're all about the spirit of excellence. So take us into that witty world of yours when it comes to your work in your laboratory.
It's crazy because it's a lot of times after I write stuff, I go back and I read it and I be like, wow, I wrote that. Like, just certain parts, or even like, like the punchlines for the laughter and stuff like that. Because it's like once I start writing, I zone out. You know what I mean? So anything and everybody around me, I'm not even paying attention to. And it's like almost like as if I'm on the stage, so I can foresee everything that's happening. Like I'm each character. I have all these little different characters in my head. People might say I'm a little crazy, but yeah, that's basically my process of just releasing everything. And it's funny because the other day I wrote this post on Facebook, and I was talking about basically how, sometimes when I like to vent, like if I'm feeling frustrated, and I might vent to the wrong people at times. And I said this season is going to be called Child Hush, right? And at that moment, I said that my next stage play clicked in my head, because I'm like, wow, okay, so I showed Crucified, right? I showed the aftermath of Crucified. Now, Child Hush is going to show the before, the prior to Crucified, growing up in the 80s and the 70s. And, just it's gonna have that whole dynamic. So it's just funny how things popped into my head, and how like everything just continues to work out. Um but writing Crucified for me was very challenging. It was very challenging. It was a lot of times where I stopped writing. It took me about a year and a half, because I started writing it right after my mom passed, and then I stopped because I just felt like it was too much. And then I believe I started writing it again after I had my daughter, and it was just a very emotional time. So I was like, I stopped again. And then, something happened between me and one of my siblings, and it motivated me because I was like, oh, now I'm mad. I need to write. You know what I mean? Crucified was a challenging production. It was challenging for me to write. It was a challenging production for me to see reenacted. Um, and that's how I knew that it was this has to be the one, because it's such a challenge for me, Um, but yeah, that was my thought process. It was hard. It was hard, but I'm grateful that it all came to fruition.
And and that's what it's all about. And like I said, just to applaud you on what you're doing, not just for you, but it also benefiting everyone you come in contact with. And at the end of the day, everybody wants to be successful, right? Everybody want to have a life fulfilling, or have a life worthwhile. Let's just be real with you. People don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. People want to have that financial flow, that financial freedom to be able to go do things they want to do. It's like I don't want to have to wait such time to do this. I have the funds right now. So everybody visualize that life, not just finances, but peace, uh, well-being, of course, healthy, and that's what it's all about. So let's talk. Let's talk about childhood. Uh, have you always a creative writer growing up? Did it start? When did that start with you being a creative writer?
I'm not exactly sure, but I know one time I found this notebook, and I would write all these different poems in there. So I know I had to start at a very young age. um, just writing little poems. I'm not sure of the exact time period. I actually started writing stage plays my first year of college. Um,
Okay.
Prior to that, though, I was writing things like comedy and comedy skits and things like of that nature.
Okay. So what would be your niche? What's what you like? What's what you prefer? Comedy or more serious roles, or it just both genres? 'Cause I know everybody has a favorite genre they like to do. So, what is your favorite genre?
Um, I'm like it's like in between. It's like drama and comedy at the same time. Like, I love to add that drama in there. I also love to add that comedy to balance it out. Um, as far as stand-up comedy, it is something that I do plan on getting back into as soon as I can work out this childcare schedule. um, because I love still being on the stage and being able to make people laugh and being able to see it. When I'm writing or when I'm crucified, I'm behind the stage or I'm even in the audience. So I love to be able to actually be on stage and be the person that is making the audience laugh. Uh, so it's definitely something I want to do. I guess right now my main focus is writing stage plays.
Okay, and yeah, I know you mentioned that earlier that that's your baby and stuff, and we know that a lot of great people started off in theater, of course, stage plays. Mention Tyler Perry, he started off the same way, and look where he's at today.
Yeah.
And we noticed that we have
Only
a
two networks. That's what's
yeah,
up.
and he just bought BET and VH1.
Yeah.
And what about him is he just go about it. He just go about his business from what I see from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Nobody didn't know he was doing that. It just came out of nowhere. That shows me that it's all about results, right?
Mhm.
Not just talking about it, but I want you to actually see what
Yes.
I'm doing. In other words, I'm gonna let my work speak for myself. I don't have to use
Mhm.
my mouthpiece. I'm gonna let my work, my actions speak for itself. And what it is about the fruits of your labor. And I know it's all about greatness. So when it came to the productivity, when it came to the auditions, and I know we was talking, interacting in the midst of the in between your schedule. So how did that go about too with the auditions, and how do you had the patience for it? Because I know you're dealing with different personalities and different. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, you are a professional, so you have to maintain the professionalism at all times. So, how was that thing going as well with the auditions?
The audition process was pretty cool. We had some really great talent. I actually made the very first trailer for the show based off of just the auditions because they had did such a great job. So the auditions went pretty nice. It's always good to sit on the other side of the table, not be the one going to the auditions, but and then being able to watch the talent and what it is that they have and what they bring. It's always a beautiful experience. Um, as far as dealing with different personalities, that can be a little challenging at times. As a director, I don't choose to work with those who are combative or, I mean, I'm open to ideas. I always tell everyone, like, I'm open to ideas. If you have an idea, if you think something should go a certain way, or if you want to, even if sometimes it comes down to you want to add in an extra line, you think, oh, this, you adding this extra line to be good, just run it past me first. But anybody who's like trying to step on my toes, got to go.
I mean, it makes sense. It really does because at the end of the day, like I said, it's nothing wrong with having ideas and open ideas, but we know at times, I don't want to say people, I'm refraining from saying individuals have certain motives they want to do. And at the end of the day, Sheena, when you on this path and this journey of fulfilling purpose, destiny, whatever, you don't have time to waste. You know what I'm saying? It's all about you don't have time to waste. And matter of fact, you don't want any individual to waste your time as well. Before I came on the show this morning, the words dedication dropped in my spirit.
Mm,
You got to be dedicated
mhm.
to whatever you're doing in life. Me, whatever with the podcast, whatever, dedicated. And not only that, the people that ride with you has to be dedicated as well.
Mhm.
And that word has dropped in my spirit this morning. If I came on the show, dedicated. Some individuals are not dedicated at all
It's true.
to this assignment. So and I'll play for it. You had to have that. You gotta have that mentality, right? I mean, it's not
Absolutely.
about your feelings. You know what I'm saying? If it don't work out, let's say on these jobs, you go to a job and they sit you down. They
Right.
tell you, "Hey, it's not working out. We're just gonna have to let you go." They're not concerned about your feelings. They're really not.
No.
And we should be the same way when it comes to our businesses, our brands. Have to
Yeah.
sit the individual down and say, "Hey, it's not working out between us. This thing we should go our separate ways. No love lost, but right now it's just not looking good."
Yeah.
And let's talk about that too when it comes to business and comes to friendships. We and it's something and we do because we allow our emotions to get attached. But at the end of the day, when it comes to business, comes to making money, friendship aside, right?
Yeah.
It's all about getting. At the end of the day, it's all about a business. So, as you as being an entrepreneur, that you being a business owner, how do you go about working, selecting the individuals you decide to work with? How do you go about that? Because some people need to hear that because we at times don't want to offend people. I don't want to hurt their feelings, but we know we had that spirit of sermon kicks in where it's like, nah, it's not working out, but we override it. But at the end of the day, we get burnt at the end of the day when we just say, you know what, I'm gonna have to let this individual go. So, as an entrepreneur, in your opinion, how do you go about handling situations when you know what things are not working out?
All right. Well, it's funny because I feel like I have, with everything that I have experienced, as far as just everything, with the passing of my mother. Today's actually my father's birthday. He
Happy
passed in
birthday to you.
2014. So I don't have a mother or a father. I mean, well, I do, but relatively speaking, they're not here anymore. So with everything that has happened and taken place, it has just made me more vocal. You know what I mean? Growing up, I was always told, you don't know how to talk to people. So it made me quiet. It made me like not really want to express my feelings because I'm like, oh, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings and things like that. My assistant director, his name is Dana Michael. He's also in the show. He plays Mr. Roscoe. He reminded me the other day. It's called Show Biz, not Show Friends. So it's like, yes, we are friends and we're friends, we're associates, or whatever the situation may be. And it's funny because you grow a friendship with each and every person that's on the cast
Mm-hmm.
eventually over time. And it's like, although no, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but at the end of the day, it's not about feelings. It's about me doing what's in the best interest for my production. So I just put that to the side. And if I have to let you go, then I have to let you go. And it really is not no hard feelings. Now, we didn't have understudies cast for our first show round, but this time around we will have understudies. So, everything is just going to become more intense as we start to move closer and closer and closer to that, million people in a theater. As we start to move closer and closer to getting in a Lincoln Theater and selling it out, everything's going to become more intense, and the energy of everything is going to change. And um, at this point, it really just is about the business. So it's nothing else outside of it. There's no like, oh, I can't, or I feel bad because we friends or anything like that. Like it's about the show.
Yeah, it is. It's all about the show. It's all about the vision. It's all about the mission statement, the purpose of what's going on. Because at the end of the day, it's still a business, and
Yeah,
some individuals have to realize that like it's still a business at the end of the day. Because at
yeah,
the end of the day, you want to eat off. You want to eat off this. You want your children to eat off this, and that's what it's
right.
all about. So, is Truthify it just gonna be in the DC area, or are you planning on taking it on the road eventually?
Oh yes. Okay. And one more thing I just wanted to touch on, all the actors are paid. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. Like when it comes to it is business at the end of the day. You want your paycheck, you better show up to rehearsals on time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Come in and do what you gotta do because you expecting something from me on time. You know
Right.
what I mean? But you can't show up late and expect your paycheck on time. Like don't the two don't match. It don't match.
And it don't, and it really don't, because when it comes to, and I'm not making about a racial thing. When it comes to our community, we don't do what we supposed to do. If
Mhm.
that's fair to say,
Yeah.
we want shortcuts. We want to manipulate. I hear a lot of people, especially come to our community, oh, we need to support, support, support. When you say support, are you really actually supporting, or are you just saying it because it sounds good? I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm not getting support from people. Have they bought one T-shirt from me? Have they bought one ticket? That's support to me. Don't just talk about it. Just be about it. Are you
Yeah.
sharing the product? Are you letting everybody know about it? That's support to me. Like, so we have to get better individually. I ain't saying everybody's like that, but individual wise have to get better when it comes to that. Like you said, show up on time because
Mhm.
everybody want to get paid. Not saying you're doing it for the money, but you're doing it for the love of the game. Because the money is just the reward, right, of the work you put in. Like you said, if you go to a 9 to 5, if you don't show up to work, you're not gonna get paid that day. But if you show the work, you're gonna get paid. But always put in what 1,000% in what you're doing. So that's talk. So I know you mentioned that you do want to take the show on the road.
Mhm.
I know it's coming to fruition.
Yes.
So how many dates is gonna be that you really gonna hit when it's already in plan? Is this gonna be what? How many states you plan on hitting when it comes, or
Yeah.
how you gonna do all? How's it going on that end?
Well, right now we are focusing and building up the momentum here in Washington, D.C. So we do have dates in October. We have 2 dates in December and 2 dates in January. And more information about that can be found on our page at Crucified the Stage Play or Crucified Stage Play on Instagram. Our upcoming show is October 21st at the Atlas Center. So we do plan to take this show on the road. We're gonna, like I said, start to build momentum here, probably make our way out to Baltimore, VA, and then slowly start to grow. I know that my cousin has a connect in Tennessee, so we're looking to move uh slowly but surely within the next year. So I would say about next year this time we should be halfway worldwide known.
And that's what's up right there. And I know that the transition, how a lot of African, I'm saying African Americans, but I notice the trend that's going on, the transition going on, where we have a lot of up and coming actors and actors are now getting into the movies. Have you been noticing that lately?
Yes.
And I noticed that. So how is that momentum? You mentioned the momentum, but I'm seeing a lot of people now are getting into the movies role. So, um, in your opinion, how is that going as well with the transition that's going on?
Um, I don't really, I don't really have any feedback as far as the transition of going into movies. I mean, I feel like it's to be expected, when you are in the entertainment business, transitioning into going into movies. I know a lot of comedians that go into doing movies and things of that nature. Um, yeah, so I know for me, I have, like I mentioned, I have my comedy stage play that I wrote. My comedy movie, excuse me, that I wrote, and I know it's kind of trying because I've never actually produced a movie before, and this
Okay.
is the first time I've ever written a movie. So it's like I have to find out like exactly how everything goes. Like what type of movie director you hire or producers and things like that. Even though I am a director for a stage play, I don't necessarily want to direct the movie, or I kind of want to sit in as assistant director and but have a director to do, be more on the forefront since I have never actually produced a movie before. And I'm really excited about producing a movie. Like I said, it's a comedy and it's about a family who I actually I don't want to say too much about it, but it is about a family who well, the grandfather is very wealthy and he ends up passing away and he leaves his money to his two grandchildren who was given up for adoption. So the grandchildren who grew up around him try to figure out like, wait, wait a minute, why you give them all the fortune and we was here with you taking care of you? But because he felt bad. So yeah, it shows that journey basically of how they go through that and what the outcome and result will be. So I wrote that actually like 3 years ago, and I just been sitting on the script. So that's what I'm saying. At this point in time, like this is time just for me to start making moves. And putting everything into fruition. And because Crucify is at like the forefront right now, I kind of don't want to dive into doing a movie right at this second, but within the next year, it's definitely everything's gonna take off.
Oh man, that's what's up.
Basically.
And before we get back into our Q&A conversation, we're gonna do a quick commercial break, and after that, we're gonna jump right back into our Q&A conversation.
With today's technological advances and fast-paced life, BMS is your trusted next-generation IT solutions provider that keeps you ahead of the competition. From humble beginnings, BMS Company is now one of the fastest-growing software engineering service providers, with international presence and golden reputation for excellence. The BMS Company is your one-stop global destination for web development, mobile application development, digital marketing, SEO, Facebook and Google advertising, social media management, business consulting, printing services, and many more. BMS is trusted to provide timely, cost-effective solutions. At BMS, we believe in providing guaranteed results, irrespective of a project's complexity. No stories, no excuses. And core to all of our operation is that we practice what we preach, and we deliver what we promise. We're proud of our dream team of solution-driven enthusiasts, comprising of industry experts in various fields, including blockchain, IoT, and AI. Our unique makeup and cooperate synergy enables BMS to add heart to technology while delivering our trademark exceptional results for our esteemed customers. Get free 3 months of hosting and 30 days SEO when you partner with us today. Call us now on 469-992-4567 or visit our website at thebmscompany.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Walking This Way's Impact World Podcast. I'm your host, the founder and CEO, Furman Jackson Jr. I'm broadcasting live here in the DFW. That's Data 4.2. For all who wants to know what the DFW is, also in the studio with me this morning is Sheena D. She's the founder and CEO of SDH Entertainment in Washington, D.C., a very good friend of mine. I thank her for coming, taking time out of her productive schedule to hang out with me, talk about Crucify, her other project that she got going on, her love for theater, and just really just want to make an impact on people's lives. So, my friend, thank you for hanging out with me this morning. Talk about the play. I know you got other projects going on that you're doing. I just want to ask this question too. So, will you implement a movie and a theater? I know a lot of people are transitioning from dinner and theater. So, are you gonna be doing that eventually soon also?
Yes, I see it coming within the next year. So I have Crucified, and then I have the pre-Crucified show. That's in my head now, and I really want to start to get that out. And I think that show is going to be also another amazing. Thank you so much, Queen. Appreciate it. I really think that show is going to be amazing as well because it's going to show like the 70s and 80s. It's going to really take people back, and we're going to have like a little bit of old school jazz over there and things like that. It's going to be a touching show. So yes, and then moving forward with producing the movie as well. So yeah, that's definitely going to happen within the next year. I also offer workshops where I am helping others who would like to write a hit stage play um, to, basically take you on the journey. And people can find out more about that at sdhentertainment.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook, on my Facebook at Indigo Iora. And it's basically like a full course. It's an 8-week process where you will start off with just whatever it is that you want to write, as far as like your ideas. We start with the brainstorming and coming up with the beginning, middle, and end, and just gather everything together in order for you to create a hit stage play. That'll mean me, going back over, reading over your script, giving you ideas, or asking you how or what do you feel like you could possibly change, gain, or giving you all the components of what it is to write a successful stage play.
And that's what's up. Also, we got a comment too. Uh, see, we got a comment. It's the SBH Entertainment.com. Is that HDH? Yeah, HDH, right? SDH.
Yes. So we created a website. It's called crucifiedthestageplay.com. You can go there. It's crucifiedthestageplay.com to see some of the clips from our show, and also to find out about upcoming tickets. Our show in October 21st, excuse me, is going to be here in the Washington, D.C. area, showing over at the Atlas Center over here on H Street.
And that's what's
The
up.
workshops
Awesome.
are virtual. Yes, I have. Yes, virtual, and it can also be in person. But yes, they are virtual.
Awesome. That answers your question right there. So I can see the excitement. You got the big old smile going. Cause you're just doing something that you love to do and you're
Yeah.
passionate about, and that's what it's all about. So I know you do podcasting as well. You have your own podcast that you do
Yeah.
as well. So we'll be expecting any new episodes coming soon.
Yes, I do. I did take a little second from it because it was, sometimes I become overwhelmed. My
Right.
mom used to always say, "Girl, you like to do too many things. You got to focus on one thing." And I can't. I gotta keep myself, moving. But during the time of the show, it started becoming overwhelming because I had the show, I had the kids, and things of that nature. But I'm gonna actually start shooting again next week. So we all gonna have more episodes coming out. The name of the podcast is called Straight Outta Commit. We basically feature our melanated beings within the community, and share and show all the great things that they're doing within their business, and how people could reach out to them and all of that information. You're absolutely welcome.
And that's awesome, awesome stuff, awesome stuff. And I gotta give a big shout out to everybody that's listening and tuning in right now. Also, I want to give a big shout out to my followers as well on the Spotify side, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all social media platforms, and you will hear episodes that will be uploaded on that site where you can go back, download, listen to it. So follow Walking This Ways Impact Voice Podcast on all social media platforms. Also, right now we're working on getting our subscribers up. We're at 505 subscribers on YouTube right now. So we almost near the 1,000 mark. Appreciate it. So I encourage everybody, hey, go subscribe, hit the notification button. I want to get up to at least 1,000K right now, 1,000K
Yes.
on up. So man, really get me on that area. I really appreciate everybody helping out, supporting. It's just like work, Sheena. We want to make sure we bring the best product we can to the listening audience, right? The listening audience, the viewing audience. We want to make sure we bring in some great stuff that people can go back, listen to, watch as well. And that's what it's
Absolutely.
all about. So let me ask you, so we got Crucified going on. I know you're ready to do some movies and stuff like that. Will we see some regular characters on the basis from you when it comes to your plays and movies?
What do you mean regular characters, like some of the same actors?
Like when they say the character, like you make up a character that's gonna be featured. Do you have a character in mind that you're gonna feature on the regular? Where's anyone?
I get you. um Yes, but that's actually comes from my other stage play, my one prior to. It's called Judge Me Not, where it's Grandma O'Day and Grandpappy. Grandma O'Day is a 2,000-year-old spiritual guru who was played by me. So she's the person who everyone comes to get spiritual information. So we're looking for her to, make a return very, very soon. And as far as myself, I do my little skits here and there, and I'm about to definitely hop back on to doing more skits. And you can find me on TikTok
Okay,
at what is my name on TikTok? Sheena D Entertains.
okay, most
And on
definitely.
Instagram as Sheena D Entertains as well. Also, outside of that, I'm looking to do more speaking engagements. So anyone who would like to have a speaker there, who to come and encourage and be able to show people the way if playwriting is something that they're interested in, or if they would like to become a published author, or children's group, young women groups, because I know a lot of young women that really need that encouragement. Then I am available at Sheena D Horne at gmail.com.
Hey,
So many
hey,
things to remember.
yes, there's so many things to remember. But you know what the same thing about it is, Sheena, right now that people are taking their own destiny in their own hands. They're not putting their
Yeah,
destiny in nobody else's hand. They're taking it in their own hands. I was saying
absolutely.
that is creativity. In the world of social media, you don't really have to look for a deal. Everything is not independent now, where people are creating their own shows. They are doing their own videos. They are doing their own
Hmm.
movies. They are doing their own plays. Back in the day, we used to go knock on producers' doors or whatever the case. Now we don't have to do that no more. Everything now is
Literally
open
on social
to us.
media.
So being an independent contractor is the thing to go. Is the thing that's going on now, where you don't
Hmm.
have to look for opportunities, but you're making opportunity happen.
Absolutely.
And so that's what's going on now, where people are making opportunity happen for themselves. In the world of social media, everything is kind of like free in a way, because you go on YouTube, set your up own channel, and all the other different media platforms, and it's basically free on some of them. So people are now taking their own destiny in their
Yeah,
own
you know
hands.
what? And I definitely agree with that. And I feel like as while you're taking that destiny, you still should be open. Because I've seen people YouTubes and they talk about how and it's not all about the money. Let's make that clear. But we do need it to survive. Obviously, the world that we live in, we can't live without money. If you
Right,
live without money, you're gonna be living a life of what is considered poverty. You know what I mean? You're
right.
gonna just so I still feel like while you're building that, it's okay to what I mean, open yourself up to other opportunities that has the right now income that you might need.
Hmm.
And it's also a good way to just also continue to make connections, with people, and to get your name out there, and things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, right? Because
Yeah.
right now I got the online store going on, cause new T-shirts that I'm doing now. So I'm getting into that field now with creating my own T-shirts, hoodies, just based off the platform of the podcast. I really promote more of that. Eventually, I'm gonna start doing a photo shoot with the new T-shirts and the hoodies and stuff.
Yeah.
So I got that envision in mind as well. So get some. Well, I'm gonna be doing some to give me some females, of course, to do the one for the women. So I have that already envisioned in mind when I'm
Hmm.
going to do. And
Yes.
also, I do have my regular job as well, which I use that to help fund what I'm doing.
Hmm.
Also, at the same time, so I'm constantly just is always evolving, constantly growing to become
Good.
better. Also, when it comes to this platform, this is something I really started. So make sure we have great, I almost say the word content, but great shows that we produce every week.
Yeah.
Make sure the guest is on point, I'm on point. That we take this thing seriously, not taking it lightly, but take it more seriously. At the end of the day, we don't want to waste people's time, right? Because at the end of the day,
Absolutely.
these people gonna pay our bills, right? So we want to make sure we are giving them the best product in the planet. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it. Not half stepping, not going in half top, but taking this thing serious when it comes to your productivity, marketing, advertising. People don't understand that too in business. You have that marketing, you have to advertise, you have to make sure you have everything planned out, have everything structured. And I just believe, Shannon, when we have all that stuff in place, people will take the public will take us more seriously when we have everything done decent and in order.
Absolutely. I think I mean, I think you are very, very inspiring. I see you a lot, all of them down my Facebook timeline, and you help to keep me motivated, definitely, because you be on
I mean,
it.
because you have to, because I want to see everybody doing good. I want to see
Yeah.
everybody doing good, and that's just it. Because when you're a promoter, you constantly are promoting. Eventually you want to get out into the streets and promoting the streets.
Yeah.
Getting people faces, that's another thing too. if you're in business, don't be scared to talk to people. Get in people's face. I mean, not saying you do it to be a pest, but introduce yourself to people. Whether you go to the mall, where you at church, grocery store, wherever you restaurants, wherever you go, you always wanted to network with people because you never know when you come across that one individual. Sometimes, a lot of times, we miss out on opportunities because of fear. No, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. He told Jeremiah, don't be scared of their faces. And a lot of times we are scared of people's faces because people don't want to hear the word no. Don't get me wrong, you gonna have no all the time. But that no should not deter you from pursuing your business. Because eventually that no is gonna turn into a yes, right?
Absolutely.
And that's
Absolutely.
what people are afraid of. Some people, I won't say individuals, some individuals are afraid of that. They're afraid of the word no. But no is okay. At the end of the day, that's that person's God given right to say yes or no. But that does not deter you from a person. You still believe in what you do. And that's what it's all about. So put it in work. And now that, Sheena, you have people that will come along that will help you. It could be, there's always gonna be strangers coming along, helping you along the way. They constantly gonna be sharing your stuff, asking, "Hey, it's okay that I share your content. It's okay that I share this with people. Hey, go ahead because that's help." And I get that, and I experience that in my own life where people come share the show, they share the flyers, which I started doing my own flyers, of course. So I'm constantly learning as I go to be better in all areas of
Yeah.
life because we already finna get ready. July the 1st will be here Saturday. We're about to get ready to go to the 7th month of 2023.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna have to finish it out strong. And I said this on the show last night. Big shout out to Bama Boy Buck. He's a director out of my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. He got his first feature film is gonna be released soon called Gaming. And he was on the show last night.
Yes, I saw that episode.
Yeah, so it's like we have to ask ourselves: Is I where I want to be at now? Is I'm satisfied where I'm at, or I'm disappointed where I'm at? Because December 31st, January 1st, we get excited, we get our emotions and our feelings. This is my year, this is my season. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna do this and do that. And then we lose that momentum. We get complacent. Time out for being complacent. We have to get more serious. We have to get more real. And I'm not saying we look at other people tell them to be real, but it starts with self first. Because at the end of the day, like the Bible says, we just deceive ourselves, and that's it. So, well, I know we're about to get ready to get off this air, and I know you got some stuff you have to do. So, do you have any final remarks for the listening audience that's listening right now, and it will go back and listen in the near future?
Okay, well, first of all, I just want to say thank you again to you, Furman, for having me on your platform once more. It is always a pleasure to come up here. Um, to the listening audience, if you have not already, you definitely going to want to tap into Crucified, the stage play. We're also on YouTube. If you Google, if you type in Crucified, if you type in Crucified, the stage play, you'll get some clips from the show. And we have our upcoming production coming up October 21st, 2023, here at the Atlas Center. We are going to sell out. These tickets are going to sell very, very, very fast. And tickets will be starting to go on sale very soon. Um, but again, keep up with us on Facebook at Crucified the Stage Play. Also follow us on IG at crucified.stageplay. This is how you will get all of the upcoming information about the show. Also tune in because you never know, we might do, free ticket giveaways and all of that good stuff. Crucified the Stage Play is definitely coming to a city near you. So don't be discouraged if you're somewhere else in another state because we are coming to a city near you very, very, very soon, within the next year or two. But within the next year, we're gonna be worldwide.
Well, you
It's
know
cool.
what? Yeah, you're right. It's gonna be worldwide, and I'm proud of you.
Absolutely.
I love your mindset. I love how you are excited. I never hear you say try, or I never hear you say this and that. And I share that with people a lot of time. When I hear people say try, no, you don't say try. You
Mhm.
are doing it. 'Cause when I hear the word try, you don't. It's like you don't believe in what you're doing.
Right. Absolutely. I
So
don't say
yeah, so
it.
never say try. Say
Uh,
I'm doing, and I never heard that come out your vocabulary. So I have to apply you for that as well. Also, so we better get to get out the air. We better get to leave the studio, ladies and gentlemen. I have to let everybody know I'm not doing a show tonight. I just did one this morning, but I will be back Saturday morning, July the 1st, 2023, for the month of July. I got Minister Chance coming on here Saturday morning. Oh, for the month of July, I will be showcasing a lot of the guys, a lot of the fellas. I really want to get them their cigars. They're doing a lot of great work in the community, just all around. So, July the 1st, I will be back. Big shout out to Minister Chance. He's going to be on his Saturday morning, talk about his podcast, all the work he's doing in ministry. So don't miss out on that this coming Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So we better agree to get off the show. Sheena, before I go, you have anything else you want to share?
Anything else? If you are looking to write your next hit stage play, you definitely want to contact me. As I mentioned, Crucified Stage Play has been a hit. It was featured here in Washington, D.C. on WHUR. I got very great feedback from the people at WHUR. So, hey, I got the gift of gab. I'm ready to help you write your next stage play. Make sure to reach out to me. You can go to sdhentertainment.com to find out how to get in contact with me, or you could pop in my inbox if so need be. But just reach on out, because it's time for you to write your next hit stage play. You have it in your head. It's time for you to put it on paper and get it moving. And I'm your girl for that.
And that's
Again, thank you everybody. Thank you, Furman. Thank you to the listeners, and also, anyone who is also looking to um be interviewed on my podcast, Straight Out of Commit, you can also inbox me as well, because it's all about us, supporting each other and
right.
uplifting and showcasing.
And that's what it's all about. To also want to let everybody know, you have any commercials you want to be played here on the show, get with me, holler at me. I'll be able to put the information on my page. So I'm looking, if you have a business, music video, upcoming events, I would love to play it here. You seen what I did earlier when Sheena sent me the clip to play on the show. I love doing stuff like that. So I am open to accept video commercial ads. So you have a video commercial ad, get with me. I will showcase it here on the show as we live stream on the Walking This Ways Facebook page. We are live streaming on YouTube, and also I'm live streaming on my personal Twitter account. So if you're on Twitter, follow me at Furman Jackson J2. I am on Twitter, so I really want to build that up. Right now, I think I'm at 70 some followers now on Twitter. So really want to build the Twitter account as well also. So we're going to get some volume, some traffic on there so they can actually watch the show as we live stream on Twitter. So we are live streaming right now on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter at Furman Jackson J2, and I'll be glad to follow you as well. So are you on Twitter too, Sheena, or?
I am so far behind. I'm not on Twitter. I haven't had a Twitter in years. I'm not a Twitterer. I don't know.
Like I said, I had it. I just really just got back into it. So
Yeah.
really just building that platform up over there. I have people say, man, Twitter is hard. Twitter is hard. Now it's not. It's that it takes time. You got to stay consistent with it and all that
You
you
only can
do.
put like 4 words on it, right?
With Twitter,
Yeah.
I remember when they first started it was short, but I think you put like more
Oh,
words on it now, so it's not really long. And you can
okay.
post video and you can post clips and stuff like that. So, and it's always good to network with different people on all social media platforms as well. Also, so man, just take advantage of the opportunity. So,
Yes.
like I said, it's not gonna be a show tonight. I'm taking a little break tonight. Just chill, relax, enjoy this me time with Furman, of course. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, with Minister Chance. We're gonna be talking about ministry, man stuff, manhood, you name it. We're gonna be talking about that this Saturday morning, July the 1st. So we are out of this thing. Y'all have a great, great day. And I'm gonna play the clip one more time, Sheena, of your introduction and stuff like that.
Ooh.
And we gonna Head on out the studio. Y'all have a great day, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
But not least, the lady who had a vision to put this all together. Show your love for the writer, director, and producer, Miss Sheena D Horne, everybody. Everybody, please stand up and show your love once again for Crucified, the stage play. Come on now.
Did y'all enjoy the show tonight? I'm glad. I'm so glad to hear that you all enjoyed the show. Y'all know I wrote this show so that it could be a blessing to help inspire someone who's going through something, who's going through life and don't understand how they're going to make their way out. It's a very, very tough time that I went through, but I'm here. I'm here. And, you know, every situation that you go through is setting you up for greatness, because who would have thought that I would write a hit stage play that's going to be going on tour? Who would have thought? To my amazing cast, I am so thankful for you all. Like I don't know how to put it into words. Thank y'all so much for you know, helping my dreams to come true, and you know, sticking it out with me. We had a little bit of rough times. I know y'all was like, yo, this lady, something wrong with her.
But not least, the lady who had a vision to put this all together. Show your love for the writer, director, and producer, Miss Sheena D Horne, everybody.